Obsidian whistleblower tells all on Avowed art director Matt Hansen amid racist hiring allegations. So, this is insane. So, of course, it's basically right over here. A whistleblower to work at Microsoft owned Obsidian Entertainment and Game Studio has shone a light on the toxic behavior from Avowed art director Matt Hansen when Hansen took a major victory lap to celebrate the fact that ex-owner, the world's richest man, had called out his fantasy RPG Avowed for its use of optional pronouns in a fantasy setting, he couldn't have been known that this whole scenario would snowball the way it has. Hansen now finds himself at the center of a major controversy spearhead led by Elon Musk and expose the alleged racist and illegal hiring practices in the company. So if you guys don't know, leads. So I'm in a lead position. Even as me, like I'm not an art, so I'm one step below an art director. As a lead, I have a say in who we hire. Okay, I have a say in who we hire. I believe producers have a say who you hire. Right? Art director is basically you're one below the what's it called again? The EP, the executive producer. So this is actually pretty crazy. Let's actually go to the actual tweet right over here. Boom. This is from Grums right over here on X. Matt Hansen, Obsidian art director, went to war with Elon Musk with Avowed. Elon says it won't end well for him. Elon picks up another of Matt Hansen's post tagging Microsoft's CEO in a prior tweet about Obsidian's potentially illegal hiring. He's confessing to illegal behavior. You love to see it. And this is Ian Miles Chong right over here. Let's go and bring this up. And let's go and pull this up into a bigger image so I can zoom in. Right over here. It should not be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against white guys. Another person here feels like we are very close to some kind of singularity collapse here. And Matt Hansen responded, "Oh, Elon, you sweet summer child. This will only embolden me, you sad sack of shit."
How emboldened are you now? Why did you delete your tweets?
Exactly. Right? It's because Elon, the most powerful person in the world,
yeah,
the most richest person in the world, has a lot of ties to everything.
Yeah, it's not something like he already tagged Satya Nadella. So that's something that even the CEO of Microsoft can ignore. So I imagine he's looking into it already. There's probably stuff going on inside Microsoft and Obsidian. Actually, Phil Spencer should be looking into this too, given that he's head of Xbox. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see in the coming weeks.
Yeah, right. And then if you actually scroll down right over here, Elon basically says he is confessing to illegal behavior. This won't end well for him. And then let's go back to the article right over here. But as the saying goes, it gets worse. A whistleblower who previously worked for the developer came forward to a YouTube personality, Smash JT, shout out to Smash JT, with stories of his experiences working with the company and for Hansen. I do know two people who worked at Obsidian, but this is a long time ago. They worked at Obsidian when they were working on the Stick of Truth.
Oh, okay.
South Park, the Stick of Truth. And then, of course, it's funny. Of course, back then, Obsidian used to be fucking good, right? They also worked on a lot of really other really good games.
Yeah,
and then they became woke.
One is Fallout New Vegas is definitely.
And then what company took over for the Fractured Butthole for South Park? Ubisoft. And then what happened to Ubisoft? Also went woke, extremely woke. But yeah, let's go and continue reading. Say quotes at the shift in workplace dynamics began after Microsoft acquired Obsidian in November 2018 and made them a part of Xbox Studios. Smash JT said in his official write-up on the 2.5-hour conversation he had with the whistleblower, codenamed Doe for the sake of anonymity. They implemented some very strange corporate policies. The first tip off to Doe that things weren't normal anymore was with the introduction of optional, but in reality, mandatory pronouns in email, signatures, meetings, and other communications. As a person who works in the gaming industry, this is all optional, not mandatory. It's actually optional. In your Slack, if you guys don't know what Slack is, it's basically instant messaging for businesses. So in my Slack, in my my corporate email and stuff like that, and even in my pay stub where I actually go called Workday, all of the pronouns is all optional. You can put it. They don't hound you if you don't. right? But have I joined Zoom sessions where I say, hey, my name is this and these are my pronouns? Yes, I've seen that shit before. I fucking ignore it. Whenever I get the DEI Zoom meetings, when I get the fucking drag queen bingo night, I fucking ignore that shit. I actually hit no that I'm not going to those Zoom meetings. I don't just
Yeah.
delete it, I hit no. So they know I'm not fucking going. I'm not going to that shit. Fuck. Let's see. It wasn't long before an event he described as a misgendering incident swept through the company. This led to Matt Hansen, which is this bald guy, sending out a company-wide email detailing a zero-tolerance policy or international or malicious gendering. So he's the art director. Art director does not have that much pull. Okay, the only thing to have pull on is how the game looks. That's it. Like how it actually looks. Like so, 2D, 3D, fidelity, like marketing art, like how it looks.
What about the pronouns though? Does he?
No, he does not have. No, it has to be the executive producer is the one who enforces it. Like studio manager or executive producers enforces that shit, right? Or freaking
yeah,
some kind of senior, like a senior leadership.
Yeah, so
Art director is not considered senior leadership.
Yeah, so there's probably a lot more of his kind in there because like he's just the most. It turns out he's just the most vocal and too vocal that he got himself into trouble. Because if he's not the one who approved the pronouns in the game, so it's probably someone else that did. And yeah, it's just that he's really pushing for it too. So
yeah. So here's the thing. He does not have okay. The only reason why he feel like he can actually send out an email, company-wide email to everyone, it's if his boss okayed it. So which is his boss would be a studio director. Right? So like in my job, basically it's executive producer, studio directors, right? And then you get the art director, you get the like senior producers, game production managers from all the other company, and then with below them are all the leads, right? So he's like middle management, like he's like upper middle management, right? He's not like upper management, and he's not like senior management. So he's not up there. So the only reason why he feels like he can't say this is because he got an okay from his boss, which is stupid. The email's tone was described to me as passive aggressive yet threatening, Smasher T said. A fair warning that employees who couldn't align with the policies would face termination. JT went on to say that the DOE described the use of pronouns within the company as a way to be controlling others. They were used as a means of shifting the balance within power within Obsidian and Microsoft. So if you don't put pronouns in your bio, they know that you are on the wrong side. That's how they out you. Right? That's how they do it. Now here's the thing though. Are there going to be like wolf in sheep's clothing? You know, people behind enemy lines that have to sort of like bend the knee. There are people like that because they have to feed their families. So unfortunately, right? Let's see. Does Doe also observe that Matt Hansen was SIC extremely difficult to work with, citing an unwillingness to accept constructive criticism and consistent tendency to make assumptions about lower level employees' commitment. JT said. He also said around the time the number of straight white male employees diminishes until they could be counted with one hand. Oh, damn. That sounds like racism to me.
Yeah.
I'm
sure he implied in those internal conversations. I'm sure that it was implied like he was probably, shitting on the white developers, like or being unnecessarily harsh on them. It happens. That's how if someone in a higher position wants to oust the people he doesn't like that's lower than him, that's how he'll go about it. So not surprising given his behavior on like if you look at his tweets before he deleted them, like if he's willing to be like that on public, imagine working with him inside the company. Imagine.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's way more. There's way more that's been happening over here. Of course, this is the original post right over here from Grums. Go and pull this up right over here. It's art director from Avowed, ladies and gentlemen. This is your pattern of recognition, tingling characters from the game.
Yeah, but
they look so ugly.
yeah, I'll in the other side of things, Obsidian has never really been about attractive characters. So that's kinda, unless they put a lot of trans buy in there, it's pretty much Obsidian like. Even their
Yeah.
latest game, like the Outer Worlds, there's still attractive characters there too.
Yeah, so right over here, let's go and bring it up. Explode us right over here. Let's see. Grum says, "I'm drawing a line. I'm rejecting any game that has pronouns in it. If there's pronouns in it, it's automatically woke. It doesn't matter. It's woke. It really depends on how woke it is, right? I'm not sure if Baldur's Gate 3 had one. I'm not sure. I think it might, but that game was really good. Having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable." And then he responded with sickles.jpg. I wanted so badly to make him mad at my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default, you sad little shit. I'm assuming that's what he wrote. But this guy is insane because Obsidian co-founder urges rejected devs to sue Avowed Studio over allegations of illegal racist hiring practices.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's like this should have been a thing long, long ago, even during the early stages of DEI. Because I know I've read job openings before. Oh, we only hire Hispanics, blacks, Asian. I've seen job postings in the US where they had that. Like from there alone, that should have been illegal already. They should have been open for cases. But I don't know how it festered and it continued happening up until this point. Yeah, I don't get it. I someone said it in chat that it's already by law that you shouldn't be hiring that. But my question is, how was it effective then these past few years? How did it actually happen despite it being supposedly illegal? That's my question.
Yeah, see right over here. Let's go back. So basically, this article talks about the Grum's post right over here. So I'm actually going to pull it up right over here. And it says Obsidian and Avowed are in deep trouble. Elon is posting about Obsidian's art director's potentially illegal hiring practices. Tagged Microsoft CEO Matt Hansen, Avowed's art director has become an extreme liability for the studio with his overt and open anti-white hatred. The pronoun game Avowed is cooked. The Avowed game Microsoft should not tolerate these DEI practices. A DEI activist, ruining their game. So let's go ahead and this is right over here. This is Asmongold reacting to this. It says that reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice. My DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in the field. Please let me know. Please help. Let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods.
Yeah, why doesn't he do it already? He can do it
already. Okay, so this is basically you're basically just he hates the fact that he's white.
Yeah, right.
He hates that he's white, and he's trying to basically get, I don't know, like brownie points with like BIPOC people, like Black, Indigenous, person of color, right? Like I said, I know a girl that works in the animation industry, and she says that they're looking for background artists. I mentioned this many times. They're looking for background artists, and it says in order for you to get hired, you need to be a Black, Indigenous, person of color.
Yeah,
it's fucking illegal.
It's like I don't know why. I'm wondering why. If there's already a law in place that makes it illegal to do that, then why not? Why doesn't it get enforced? Like, what's the point of the law if it's not going to get enforced? And that, for me, that's the permanent way of getting rid of this
shit. It's because you're in California.
Yeah, right. So it's like you just need to enforce this in a very strict and consistent manner. And DEI, it doesn't matter if they renamed it to Bridge, renamed it to whatever acronym they like. But the moment they say, "Oh, you only hire this skin color, this gender, this race," that no matter how much renaming, rebranding they do, it'll be fixed because you just need to enforce this law with an iron fist.
Remember, I believe it was Prop 6. I think it was Prop 6. I forgot what prop it was. I think it was Proposition 6 several years ago. Is basically removing Civil Rights Act and then replacing it with affirmative action. So Civil Rights Act of in the 1960s, that's basically you're saying that you cannot discriminate people for whatever reason, gender, race, whatever, for a job. You have to hire them all, it's an equal opportunity company, right? It actually says this company is an equal opportunity company, right? That's the law. I believe it's Prop 6, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Prop 6 here in California saying that they're going to remove that and replace it with affirmative action, meaning that they can hire, they're basically phrasing in a way that they can hire more people. If this place has too much white people, they can hire more black people.
I see. So okay,
right?
That needs to be
That
needs
to be. It was completely shut down. It was like 70%, but it was 30% yes. Right? It was 30% yes, which is fucking insane.
So when you add Trump, Elon, like you need to bring this back. That needs to be heavily like if it's companies caught violating, if just simply a job opening that says it, there should be heavy legal repercussions. Then I imagine the DEI will follow. That's for me. That's the simplest way of putting it and implementing it.
Yeah, right over here it says from Ian's Miles Chong. Let's see. Microsoft's gaming division is excluding whites from being hired to work on their video games. All of their new hires are unqualified queer and black people because the company's executives have an explicit mandate against crusty old white guys. Elon Musk tagged the CEO of Microsoft. This is illegal in a Smash JT. There's the fines required to be paid are too low to matter in that grand scheme. Found the problem. Yeah, it's like I said, the problem is not people who are in charge. The problem are middle management. A lot of these people, like people who are like my age, the millennials, has some kind of like sense of found like it's like, oh, I feel like I'm too good. What happened to those black people? Because they're thinking about equity, right? They're thinking about how everything should be. Everyone should have this same outcome, not same opportunity, the same outcome, right? So they want the shit and they want fucking socialism and stuff like that. So they work their way. They do a good enough job for them to get promoted to middle management, and then that's where they push their agenda, right? Because I was arguing with a person in one of my comments saying that how is this person is not even, this guy's a lowly artist, like how is this important? Who cares? There's just a background artist. They're just this artist. They're just a producer. Producers, artists, and like people who are in junior levels eventually move up to become middle management, which actually dictates what happens in the company. Not as a fucking grand scheme of things in terms of the entire company, but in their department, and it spreads like wildfire. So that's what you need to actually just like gut this root and stem. Like you have to get rid of these people. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Trump is now like your president-elect, he's gonna like I said, let's hope he makes it to inauguration day. Things are gonna change moving forward. A lot of these people are scared and stuff like that. So we just need these people to get out. And the fact that we have Elon Musk all aboard the Trump train, he's gonna get rid of all of these people. He has so much power. Like he took Twitter and gutted 80% of the employees, and it's functioned exactly the same. That's what we need to do with gaming companies.
Yeah.
A lot of these people who are in video game companies, they're all just activists. Oh, how can I get a DEI character or not a DEI hired in? How can I get a woke character, woke agenda and stuff like that? And like it's all agenda driven, and they don't actually care. They don't actually care about anything that they say. All they care about is money. And like I said before, that's the reason. After the month of June has passed, the rainbow icon on their profile pictures on Twitter goes back to normal.
Yeah. And also, like, apart from hiring practices, like I think there should be a heavy enactment towards the funding. Like that's such a huge also variable on why these people are so brazen. Like BlackRock, State Street, they should be fined for like fined or given like financial repercussions if they continue to keep pushing these initiatives. Because like that's one of the articles. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it today, but there's a lot of companies are still, well, at least as of now, well, probably still with the existing regime. Maybe that'll change. Where they still, oh, we're still gonna do DEI. Oh, we're gonna double down on DEI. So these financial institutions need to stop handing out money to incentivize other companies to, list these openings of discrimination. Apart from the openings, you also need to cut the funding.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.